Hi everyone, it's Julie here, your pet grief expert. On this video I'm going to be talking about what it's like when the horse you've been caring for, whether it's your horse or somebody else's horse, when they die and you're grieving for them. With a horse it can be a little bit different to other animals. Horses live for a long time, so you might have had your horse for 20-25 years. Also, your whole life revolves around that horse usually, so the first thing you have to do when you get up in the morning, no matter how bad you feel or how bad the weather is, you have to go out and go down and see to the horse. Whether it's grooming your horse, cleaning out the stable, it's the same thing you do every day. And when your horse dies, that routine has just gone. The chances are most of your friends are horsey people or people that you've met down at the stables. And so when your horse dies, if you don't want to keep going down there, it's very easily to become isolated from those friends as well. You may feel that people that don't have a horse don't really understand, although they may do. And it's worth talking to people that don't have horses and see if they do understand the feeling. You're going to have a massive hole in your life. If the horse isn't yours, there's a temptation for people to try and make you feel better by saying, oh, just go and look after another horse, or we know somebody who's got a horse that needs looking after. But that horse would have felt like yours, even if you didn't own it. How are you going to manage that? Well, there are some tips that I can give you. Try and keep in some sort of routine. So if you always got up at 6 to go down and see your horse before work, still get up at 6 and maybe go for a walk around the block, or even go down to the stable and help one of the others if that's what you want. But don't be forced into it. But still get up at your same regular time and go and do something. Go out for a walk no matter what the weather is. Go out for a jog. Maybe do a bit of meditation, but do something that's planned into your day that can become part of your new routine. Do your best not to lose contact with the other horsey friends that you might have. And ask them about their horses so that they feel comfortable talking to you about yours. Get some professional help if you need to. I do grief counselling along with hypnotherapy blended together, but have a look online as well and see what resources are out there to get some help. It's just going to be like grieving a person, maybe even more so. And sometimes clients feel guilty and they say, oh, well, I miss my horse more than I miss my grandma or my aunt or my uncle when they died. But you were seen to that horse every single day, and you might not have seen that relative who died more than a couple of times a month or maybe even longer. Of course you're going to miss your horse. When you ride your horse, there is a kind of a unique connection between the rider and the horse. The horse can sense how the rider is feeling. And you in turn will have known how your horse is feeling. And all that will just be gone. So it's important to keep a routine. Let yourself cry and be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you're so upset. Allow yourself to grieve. Make a memorial. Maybe you've got some hair from the horse, or maybe you've got equipment. You've got maybe the saddle, or just something small, a ribbon or something that you can use to keep that connection with them. You may, if you're not going to get another horse at any time in the future, and you may change your mind about that, because lots of my clients say, I'll never get another horse, I'll never go through this again. But in the future they've overcome those feelings, or they feel differently, and they do. However, if you don't want to keep your own horse's saddle, maybe you want to donate it, but keep something. Maybe write a poem or a story, or make a little shrine with some photographs. maybe you can go and plant a rose or make a little memorial in the garden. It's not something that you can really do, is bury a horse in your garden, but maybe you can have some of the ashes, or like I said, maybe just keep something of the horse, make a little memorial, perhaps a flower that reminds you of a field where you used to go or used to ride past. Perhaps go down to the fields that you used to ride past and just have a sit and a think and be on your own. Don't avoid them. Don't try and bury the feelings or suppress them with food or alcohol. Let the feelings out. It's just as legitimate as any other form of grief. It might have been a working horse, or you might have been racing it or looking after somebody else who races it, but you still have that connection and you're still going to feel that terrible emptiness if the horse dies. So allow yourself to have time to grieve and accept that it's a natural part of living. Honour the life of the horse and the death, and don't feel guilty if it's something you feel you should have done. Maybe I should have seen this, maybe I should have spotted that, maybe I shouldn't have taken them over this fence or that field. Maybe I should have tried more and more tests to see if I could find out what was wrong. Maybe I gave up too soon. Maybe I went on for too long and the horse was in too much pain. Don't blame yourself. We all do the best that we can with the resources that we have at the time. And as long as your decision was made out of love and in the best interest of your horse, then that's all that matters. If you didn't actually own the horse, the decision might have been taken out of your hands completely. And again, don't beat yourself up about that. There is nothing you could have done to make any difference in that case. You have to let yourself grieve and be gentle with yourself. Try not to get angry with yourself or with anybody else that was involved if you think that they made the wrong decision. They will have made the same, have the same thoughts going around as you. They might have wanted a different decision, but they probably did it in what they believed was in the best interest of the horse. Be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, be understanding towards other people. Let yourself grieve. Don't avoid people or places where you would have gone in the past, even if you go on your own. Keep the routine, keep some sort of routine going, and make a memorial, something to remind you of your pet. Even you might have seen me on the other videos, what I've suggested to other pet parents. Make a book with pictures and photographs, some sort of album, stories. Tell stories about you and the horse and what you did and where you went and what happened, the happier times. Let yourself remember the good times that you had. You wouldn't have changed that, would you? Even though what you're going through is really, really terrible, you wouldn't ever have not had that horse, would you? Be kind, be gentle to yourself, and let yourself grieve. Let yourself cry. Be good to yourself. And I hope this has helped in, even if it's just a little bit, that there are people out there who understand, and you're not alone, you're not on your own. I'll see you on one of the other videos. Bye.